Hey gang, I have something new that I bought. I bought a couple things on AliExpress about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Spent some what I call stupid money because I wasn't sure if these were going to be any good or not, and I thought, well, they're not super expensive, so let's just try it and see. So I want to show you. I got the MAG.U. I really hope this is in focus. I got the MAG.U Gravity Capsule. This thing is odd. It's taken a bit for me to actually enjoy it, sort of figure out what you can do with it. We're going to go over, I keep putting it over to my left shoulder, but it's only because that's where I do all my sort of above camera stuff. But, it's kind of cool. It's kind of weird. But I'm going to break it down and show you guys kind of what or how to use it and how I kind of don't like using it, I guess. So there you go. This is sort of a review on the MAG.U capsule. Okay, so here is the MAG.U capsule. I used to call it MAG.U, but then I realized there's actually a dot in there or a period, so it's the MAG.U. So this thing is interesting. To start, I love the weight. This thing has a nice weight to it. I'm not going to put it on a scale or anything, but just know that it's got a really good heft to it. Now, I see in the videos, these get played with one-handed, and you can, but it's kind of awkward. Like, I mean, even just trying to take it and spin it one-handed, like I would not do this over, over something that you care about. If it drops, it's going to break it. So you can kind of spin it that way. You can do it by thumb. You can sort of take it, turn it, and that sound, though, is from the magnets inside skipping over each other, right? And we've all seen that. We know what that's like in haptic coins and stuff. So it's kind of the haptic coin principle. And then the spinner, if you spin this side, the sort of non-indented side, it spins pretty freely. Whereas if you spin this side, actually, here, I'll keep it like this. If you spin the MAG.U side and hold it up, the magnets, for some reason, spinning this side, you get kind of a bit of a magnetic feedback. It almost bounces up and down a little bit. So that's kind of cool. And you can actually see when it comes to a stop, it has that little kind of, there you go. See, so it's got that little rock back in between magnets. Now, the other thing is I've put Loctite on this end because what was happening is if I was playing with it and turning it one way or the other, the magnets would get stuck on one side and the cap would start to unscrew. So I just put a bit of Loctite in there. I can always, open it up if I need to because it's just like a really light level of Loctite. And the only real purpose for getting in here is there's a bearing inside. And also you can put a lanyard in here. So you can pass a lanyard through and goes all the way through this pipe and then makes it inside. So yeah, I've got it on there pretty good. Yeah, so I'm not going to open it up. I could get in there and sort of open the sides up. But at this point, I don't even have anything that I could do that with. Usually, though, if you just press in and it turns, the magnets are enough to kind of keep it caught. But this goes to show that Loctite does its job, which is actually kind of cool. So anyways, like I said, it's not something you need to get in to open up unless you just want to change the bearing or if you want to run a lanyard through. Now, the thing about running a lanyard through is there's not a lot of space inside this cap. You got like a tiny amount of space by the time the cap is closed. So whatever you put in there has to be really flat. So I don't know. I mean, the whole lanyard thing is it's a bit of a flawed idea. I think the concept is cool because it's nice to have kind of a longer extension when you're holding it. That would be nice. But I think the lanyard would have had to have already been installed at the factory in some way to make sure that it doesn't interfere with the spinning, because I tried it. And then, of course, even though I had flattened the end of the cord, melted it, pushed it down, it still kind of came in contact with the cap, and the cap didn't quite have that same spin when I tried to spin it around. So the one thing, if you haven't figured it out already, what I've been doing is actually how I like to use it, which is two-handed. So I find this is a really fun two-handed fidget. I don't have a lot of two-handed fidgets, but this one, because I just find it a bit awkward to work with. It's slippery. There's not a lot of texture on here to grab onto. You've got this one flat edge, but then they didn't put a flat side on here, and I don't know why. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Keep it consistent. Give me a place for my thumb on both ends so that I can grip it properly. You can see, yeah, I can do this, but it doesn't feel good. It's not fun to play with one hand. It's more of a struggle. But this, just mindlessly kind of clicking as I go around and then popping it open every once in a while and spinning. I think you can kind of hear it. Right. That's fun. So this is one where I sit at my desk. I'm going to keep this because, like I said, I don't really have a two-handed fidget. And I like every once in a while just kind of picking it up and just giving it a little turn. This also was not expensive. This wasn't very expensive. Anyways, I think it was around, I don't know, 30 or 40 bucks, but I'll put the price up here. These are all AliExpress. I think it's Happy Childhood Store or something, but you should see the name up right here. And like I said, I'll put the link up if you want to try it. So again, I like this. I mean, I like the size of it. It wasn't very expensive. So, I think it, for the cost, not a huge investment, and it was fun to try. Who knows? It's something like someday maybe I'll give it to one of my kids or something if they asked for it badly enough. But in the meantime, it's got a spot in my case. Thanks for watching, guys.